Good morning. Our group was assigned to present on Total Quality Management Theory. In this presentation, we will talk about its history, elements, benefits, approaches, and its comparisons with quality management theory. Enjoy.
History 1920s. Some of the first seeds of quality management were planted as the principles of scientific management swept through the U.S. industry. Business clearly separated the process of planning and carrying out the plan, and union opposition arose as workers were deprived of a voice in the conditions and functions of their work. The Hawthorne experiments in the late 1920s showed how worker productivity could be impacted by participation. 1930s. Walter Shawhart developed the method of statistical analysis and control of quality. 1950s. W. Edwards Deming taught methods of statistical analysis and control of quality to Japanese engineers and executives. This can be considered the origin of TQM. Joseph M. Juran taught the concepts of controlling quality and managerial breakthrough. Armand V. Feigenbaum's book of Total Quality Control, a forerunner of the present understanding of TQM, was published. Philip B. Cosby's promotion of zero defects paved the way for quality improvement in many companies. 1968. The Japanese named their approach to total quality company-wide quality control. It is around this time that the term quality management system arises. Kaoru Ishikawa's synthesis of the philosophy contributed to Japan's ascendancy as a quality leader. 2000s. TQM is the name of the philosophy of a board of systemic approach and managing organizational quality. Quality standards such as the ISO 9000 series and quality programs such as the Deming Prize and the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award specify principles and processes that comprise the TQM. TQM as a term to describe organizations' quality policy and procedure has fallen out of favor as international standards for quality management have been developed. Pioneers W. Edwards Deming. Deming was trained as a physicist, taking a doctorate at Yale University in 1928. He is also responsible for introducing the quality systems that drove the industrialization of Japan following the Second World War. System for profound knowledge. It would help individuals to transform within their organizations, which would in turn improve the outcomes of quality improvement efforts. Joseph M. Juran is a son of an immigrant, a pioneer in the study of quality control. The key steps on Juran's theory on quality are quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement.
Total Quality Management Theory. This is a management approach to long term success through customer satisfaction. This refers to the well defined approach towards organizational productivity and development. A total quality management approach covers internal priorities as well as statutory requirements. It is a management system for a customer focused organization which involves all employees in the continual improvement and uses strategy, data, and effective communications to integrate the quality discipline to the culture and activities of the organization. Basically, total quality management theory is a process and system which helps in improving products and services, which is based on customer demands while also considering the needs of employees and relationships with suppliers. Total quality management theory is all about problem solving wherein everyone here is involved for the continuous improvement of customer satisfaction basing on data and profound knowledge. Now let's go to the primary elements of total quality management theory. First is customer focused. Since total quality management theory is a management system used by customer focused organizations, a great consideration on customer demands and suggestions is given. Here, the customer ultimately determines the level of quality. No matter what an organization does to foster quality improvement, may it be on training employees, integrating quality into the design process, or even upgrading computers and softwares, the customer will determine whether these efforts are worthwhile. Next is the total employee involvement. Aside from the customer significance in this management theory, there is also a value on all employees who participate in working toward common goals. Total employee commitment can only be obtained after fear has been driven from the workplace. It is when empowerment has occurred and when the management has provided the proper environment. One form of empowerment here are the self managed work teams. High performance work systems integrate continuous improvement efforts with normal business operations. Third is the process centered. A focus on process thinking is one fundamental part of total quality management. A process pertains to the series of steps that take inputs from internal or external suppliers and transform them into outputs which will be delivered to the customers, internal or external. The steps required to carry out the process are defined and performance measures are continuously monitored in order to detect unexpected variations. Fourth is the integrated system. Although an organization may consist of many different functional specialties, often organized into vertically structured departments, it is the horizontal processes interconnecting these functions that are focused on total quality management. Microprocesses add up to larger processes, and all of these aggregate into the whole business process required for defining and implementing strategy. An integrated business may be modeled after the Baldrige Award criteria and or incorporate the ISO 9000 standards, as mentioned a while ago. Everyone must understand the vision, mission, and guiding principles, as well as the quality policies, objectives, and critical processes of the organization. Every organization has a unique work culture, and it is virtually impossible to achieve excellence in these products and services unless a good quality culture was fostered. Thus, an integrated system connects business improvement elements in an attempt to continually improve and exceed the expectations of customers, employees, and other stakeholders. The fifth one is strategic and systematic approach. It is the strategic and systematic approach to achieving an organization's vision, mission, and goals. This process, also called as strategic planning and strategic management, includes the formulation of a strategic plan which integrates quality as a core component. The sixth one is continual improvement. This is a large aspect of the total quality management theory, which drives an organization to be both analytical and creative in finding ways to become more competitive, productive, and more effective at meeting the expectations of the stakeholders. Next is fact based decision making. This is data driven decision making, which requires that an organization must continually collect and analyze data in order to improve decision making accuracy, achieve consensus, and allow prediction based on past history. In order to know well that an organization is performing, data on performance measures are necessary. And lastly, communications. Effective communication plays a vital part in maintaining morale and motivating employees at all levels, considering it is a part of day to day operation as well as during times of organizational change. To sum it up, total quality management theory is a process and system which helps in improving products and services based on customer demands while also considering the needs of employees and relationships with suppliers. Basically, total quality management theory is all about problem solving wherein everyone here is involved for the continuous improvement of customer satisfaction basing on data and profound knowledge.
Here are the benefits and advantages of total quality management, or also known as TQM. The first benefit for TQM is a strengthened competitive position. TQM techniques are greatly helpful in understanding the competition and also developing an effective combating strategy. Due to the cutthroat competition, the very survival of many organizations have become a very vital issue. TQM helps in understanding the customers as well as the market. It provides an opportunity to the organization to meet the competition by resorting to the techniques of TQM. Secondly, is the higher productivity. Productivity increases significantly since employees are spending much less of their time chasing down and correcting errors. Increased productivity means more output per employee, which typically results in increased profits. Thirdly, elimination of defects and waste. TQM has a strong emphasis on improving quality within a process rather than inspecting quality into a process. This not only reduces the time needed to fix errors, but also makes it less necessary to employ a team of quality assurance personnel. Number 4 is reduce costs and better cost management. When applied consistently over time, TQM can reduce costs throughout an organization, especially in the areas of scrap, rework, field service, and warranty cost reduction. Since these cost reductions flow straight through to bottom line profits without any additional costs being incurred, there can be a startling increase in profitability. Number 5 is improve customer focus and satisfaction. Since the company has better products and services and its interactions with customers are relatively error-free, there should be fewer customer complaints. Fewer customer complaints may also mean that the resources devoted to customer service can be reduced. Lastly, it is the improved employee morale. The ongoing and proven success of TQM and in particular, the participation of employees in that success can lead to a noticeable improvement in employee morale, which in turn reduces employee turnover and therefore reduces the cost of hiring and training new employees.
The following are 5 different total quality management approaches. Strategy number 1 is the total quality management element approach. This method was widely used in the early 1980s as companies tried to implement parts of the total quality management as they learned them. The total quality management element approach takes key business processes and organizational units and uses the tools of total quality management to foster improvements. Examples of this approach include quality circles, statistical process control, Taguchi methods, and quality function deployment. Second strategy is the guru approach. This approach utilizes the teachings and writings of philosophers or the leading quality thinkers as a guide against which to determine where the organization has deficiencies. The organization makes appropriate changes to remedy those deficiencies. For example, managers might study Deming's 14 points or attend to Crosby College. Afterward, they would work on implementing the approach learned. Third strategy is the organization model approach. Individuals or teams take other organizations as example and role models for success. They assess these organizations that have taken a leadership role in the total quality management and determine their processes and reasons for success. They then integrate these ideas with their own ideas to develop an organizational model adapted for their specific organization. This method was used widely in the 1980s and is exemplified by the initial recipients of the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award. Strategy number 4 is the Japanese total quality approach. Detailed implementation techniques and strategies employed by Deming Prize-winning companies are examined by organizations using the Japanese total quality approach and use this experience to develop a long-range master plan for in-house use. This approach was used by Florida Power and Light, among others, to implement the total quality management and to compete for and win the Deming Prize. Final strategy is the award criteria approach. The criteria of a quality award is used by the organization in this model. For instance, the Deming Prize, the European Quality Award, or the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award. This is to identify areas for improvement. Under this approach, total quality management implementation focuses on meeting specific award criteria. Although some argue that this is not an appropriate use of award criteria, some organizations do use this approach and it can actually result in improvement. The new business philosophy leads to a significant improvements in the industry. The 14 points have become a standard reference for quality transformation. These are the 14 points by Deming. Number 1 is to create a constant purpose towards improvement. This includes the use of effective change management principles. It also encourages the management to resist reacting with short-term solutions. Number 2 is to adopt the new philosophy. This is for you to embrace the quality throughout the organization. In here, businesses must put the customer's needs first. Third is to stop depending on inspections. Inspections are costly and unreliable, and while at it, management must build quality into the process. Fourth is to use a single supplier for any one item, because quality relies on consistency, and as known in the business world, quality is over quantity. We must also look into the supplier as our partner in quality. Number 5 is to improve constantly and forever. We must improve our systems and processes and emphasize training and education. Number 6 is to use on the job training. Train for consistency to help produce variation and build a foundation of common knowledge. Number 7 is to implement leadership. Don't simply supervise. Provide support and resources. As a leader, find ways to reach the full potential of your constituents and you yourself. 8 is to eliminate fear. Make sure your workers feel valued. This is somehow related to number 7 when you implement leadership. You make your workers feel valued and ensure that your leaders are approachable. Number 9 is to break down barriers between departments. We must build the internal customer concept and build a shared vision. Number 10 is getting rid of unclear slogans. People should know what you want. Don't make them guess. Don't let nice sounding phrases replace effective leadership. Number 11 is to eliminate management by objectives. Look at how the process is being carried out, and we must again provide support and resources. Number 12 is to remove the barriers to pride and workmanship. The management must allow everyone to take pride in the work without being rated or compared. Don't make workers compete with each other's rewards. Number 13 is to implement education and self-improvement. Improve the current skills of your workers and even encourage them to learn new skills. Number 14 is to make transformation everyone's job. We must improve your overall organization and analyze small steps. The 14 principles have had a far-reaching effects on the business world. They tell you what to change, and it even shows the importance of building customer awareness. And most importantly, it pushes for continuous change and improvements.
Moving on to quality management system, it is a collection of business processes focused on consistently meeting customer requirements and enhancing their satisfaction. It is aligned with an organization's purpose and strategic direction. Benefits of quality management system. Number 1, meeting the customer's requirements. It helps to instill confidence in the organization, leading to more customer, more sales, and more repeat business. Number 2, meeting the organization's requirements. This ensures compliance with regulations and provisions of products and services in the most cost and resource efficient manner, creating room for expansion, growth, and profit. These benefits offer additional advantages, including defining, improving, and controlling processes. This is to establish standards to measure performance, reducing waste, reducing unnecessary packaging from manufactured products and produce, preventing mistakes, giving full attention to what you're doing. Always focus on your task and projects first, lowering costs, reduce supplies expenses by saving money on office supplies, facilitating and identifying training opportunities, set expectations for each role and monitor employees' performances, engaging staff, provide them with the tools for success and allowing them to grow at their own craft and individually. Setting organization's wide direction, define destination and broad direction of our organization, for example. Communicating a readiness to produce consistent results. To have an effective implementation, the readiness for change and develop a theory, decision making, and communication and reward systems. On the other hand, meeting the customer's quality requirements, this ensures that the entire organization is working towards a common goal of customer services and satisfaction. Process improvement. In total quality management, the focus is on improving the quality of the process, employee involvement, giving employees the opportunities to improve, making quality everyone's responsibility. Everyone in the organization is held liable to maintain quality standards to meet customers as well as compliance requirements. Fact-based decision making, analyzing all the data and information appropriately to make informed decisions. Improve collaboration and communication. Gives your employees a centralized platform to collaborate and communicate for all the important tasks and decisions. Lastly, continuous improvements to ensure that a quality product is produced right from the first time.
These are the list of references for our presentation. Thank you for listening, and we hope that you have learned a lot on total quality management.